really, really quick. So I've been listening to a lot of wrestling music. How does the process of getting your theme song work?
Oh.
Like, how does that process? I know Jim Johnston does all the theme songs and stuff. Do you get to work with him directly? And when's your theme song coming out from SummerSlam?
Thank you for the question, Sam. Safe travels with your pup on the cross-country tour. The WWE music, fascinating stuff here because so I was afforded the opportunity to use the White Stripes Seven Nation Army at WrestleMania. And I guess that was a big deal because Jack White never allows anybody to really use it. Everybody knows the Seven Nation Army theme. Everybody sings it at all stadiums. It's normally background track when music is playing because everybody loves that song so much. It's so catchy. And that is what? One of the greatest riffs of all time, probably. Greatest riff of all time, maybe? I think you could say. Probably most notable. So us getting the rights to use it at WrestleMania was an anomaly and wild. Now, I was told that there was a chance we're going to be able to use it again for SummerSlam. I knew that if that was the case, we'd be incredibly lucky, and that'd be Jack White being very cool about it. For whatever reason, it did not get agreed upon. Very much understand, by the way. Very much understand. Whatever Jack wants to do with the fucking Jack's music, you do whatever you want to do. I respect the whole process. Thank you for even allowing me to do that at WrestleMania. So there was 6 days before SummerSlam, and we found out that we were officially not going to be able to get Seven Nation Army. And they're like, all right, let's put some music together. A guy named Neil who works at WWE, absolute stallion of a man. I appreciate the hell out of him. He was the connect. I believe he lives in Nashville in the music world. And the guy who put the song, his name's Tony, I think. Tony. So it's Neil and Tony. We started talking. Got a couple songs sent to me that are already in the can. Wasn't really my vibe, I didn't think. So I had to think back. I have a voice memo from 2018, January 27th, 2018. We were thinking about making a new intro at this point for the show, and I wanted it to have a catchy cheer. And obviously, I've been a fan of Seven Nation Army forever, and I think what it does to a place is just fucking electrifying. So I was trying to think of something that maybe had the same capability, but didn't sound the same, just kind of a chant. So from January 27, 2018, in my voice memos thing, this is what I recorded. And I remembered this 6 days before SummerSlam, whenever we found out. This is the sound. This is it. Okay, got to turn the volume up. Okay, got to turn the volume up on the phone so people can hear it. But this is what I recorded here, basically. Okay, so that's from 2018. So I was on some vitamins potentially, and as we were trying to figure out what the song was going to be, there was a lot of text back and forth. Hey, we want to make it for you, but we don't have a lot of days, obviously, so we got to kind of figure this out. Let's kind of do this thing. I'm like, God damn, I think I recorded something. I go all the way back 2018. I send it over, and within 1 day, this guy Tony went to work and added a choir behind it, added some horns behind it, dressed it up, and they sent it over to me literally within 24 hours. They're like, is this good? And I'm like, yeah, this is fucking awesome. And how do you want to start it? Do you think you should, how do you want to start it? I'm like, I think I should say something. They're like, well, what do you want to say? You want to say it's going Dahn? And they're like, I was like, well, don't ever do that again. Don't ever do that again. So we started it with a, hey, let's go. And then that went right into it. And I thought it was fucking sweet. I was very, very thankful for it. And the way Neil and Tony and the boy and everybody, the way it was all handled. And that was sent to the WWE. The WWE made an entrance video in literally 15 minutes, almost 20 minutes. They're like, we could potentially do this. And I'm like, thank you all so much for the collaborative effort, for making it what's it mean when something's important?
Priority.
A priority, basically, is what they did. And we made it happen. And then the choir shows up, obviously. I said, I think we get a choir behind this thing, right? They were like, yep, fucking right. Get a choir in there. It's like, I was very, very lucky, very, very fortunate for how it was all handled. But yeah, that all came together in a very quick amount of time. Very, very quick amount of time, AJ.
What do you think would have happened if you didn't send them that, though? That's cool that you had the the little voice memo from 4 years ago to send them. Like, if they didn't have that, it wouldn't have sounded. Who knows what would happen?
I think they would have probably put some stuff together. What am I thinking? What genre of music am I thinking? Anthemic was a word I learned through that entire thing. You want it to be anthemic and big? I'm like, yeah, I want people to feel like they're a part of it. I think that'll be good. So I think they would have pieced something together. I think.
Yeah, they definitely would have. But I mean, it shows you how like talented they are and how they can. They had to be so juiced when you send them that, like the main like riff of the song. They'd be pretty excited, weren't they?
How about that just in a voice memo, by the way? Sending
that's
it
like
over?
I mean, that's like what John Lennon would have done if he had an iPhone.
Well, yeah.
Paul McCartney's probably doing that now.
Yeah, of course. Me, Paul, John.
Why?
No, but normally you work with some of these people, and it's
terrible?
like, hey, yes. We've given enough speeches
They
about
send
that.
you back stuff that you're like, okay, they don't know me at all.
No, they say, we'll bring in a crew to record what you're saying professionally, and we'll get a microphone, and we'll drop this through audio files or whatever it is. And I send this motherfucker a goddamn voice memo and a text message, and then like 6 hours later, they have an entire the background of it all is my voice. So then they just kind of build off of that. They build off the whole thing. And it's the hey, let's go, same exact thing. Just send it over via a text message voice memo, put it in there. It's like, this is how it should work. Yes, this is how. Thank you for being efficient. Thank you for not being archaic in the entire thing. And thank you for allowing me to be a part of the build process. And once again, thank you to Jack White for the opportunity to use that song at WrestleMania and have one of the coolest moments of all time. And I'm excited for this one going forward.
Everybody wins.
Feels like,
legit.
There's people that were tweeting, 7 Nation Army's bearing this. It's like, no shit. No shit, dude. And then there's people like attacking the WWE, like, get McAfee 7 Nation Army. You spend money on other stuff. It's like, I think they were going to.
I tried.
I think they were going to. I even offered up cash too. I was like, do I gotta pay for this? They're like, no, we will. It's our show. But also, like, we just gotta get okayed. Like, it has to get okayed too, which was ultimately the thing. So I appreciate everything. My experience over there has been awesome. The collaborative effort with WWE folks, getting to work with us, I've learned so much. It's
well, they seem to be, from the little bit I've gotten to see from being down there and talking to people, like they, right up until showtime, they're changing everything, right? Like it's always like a fluid situation.
Yeah, there's always a better idea that could come. You know, and then there's always a potential that there's some shit ideas that are going to make the air. Because I mean, doing 2 shows live on TV a week for like 25 years, every single week, not missing a single week, like there's a chance there's some shit ideas that are going to get in there. But there's some. They don't really give me a script. You know, I don't get a script before the show. I have no idea what's going on. I'm just going out there and doing it. But there'll be some things that I'll be tipped off to beforehand, like, hey, tonight a debut of a new segment, and my initial thought is like, okay, excited to see how this one goes.
Like the most popular male model thing that LA Knight does?
Boom, maximum male models. I was so excited when that showed up on the screen. I was not tipped off about what that was. So as soon as it showed up, literally in my head, I'm thinking like, okay, there has to be something. There has to be something. There has to be something. And I like even mute my mic, go to Cole. I go, is there something? Like, is something coming here or is this it? He goes, this is it. I go, okay, let me settle into this thing. Awesome. This is, I cannot believe this is on Fox right now. There is 3 million people, 2 million people watching this. We get 2 hours a week. This is a part of it. This is awesome that this decision was made. In my head, I'm like, this is fucking awesome that this decision was like, yep, this is what we need to do. And I was like, let's go all in. And I did. I was like, this is, how many more opportunities am I going to have to talk about somebody walking the fucking catwalk, you know, in ridiculous shit with a guy talking about it as if it is the greatest of fashion designs. Like that's something, no offense to this show, I can never get in this show. And I use a completely different part of my brain. I mean, even that music part of it, WWE allows me to use so much more like of my brain, I think. And it's been a beautiful balance for me. I'm very, very fortunate for it. Very, very fortunate for it.
Don't you think you've also, you and Michael Cole, that's a huge part of it. Like the relationship you guys have, I think, shows on air. Like
Well,
you
he's
guys
a
get
mark.
along and you can mess with each other.
Come on. AJ, wake up.
Yeah, I think Cole gets me a little bit. And also, Cole's so talented that we can go in there with me having no idea what's going to happen, and then he can get it back on, well, idiot. That's because last week this happened. It's like, oh, yeah, I completely forgot about that. Like, Cole is the consummate professional. He can get us through anything, basically, because of it being there for 25 years. And I think he gets me a little bit. I think he understands me more because he is a broadcast suit. You know, he went to Syracuse, did the whole thing. But I think he gets me a little bit more than most of the suits that would be in a similar class of brain that he has. And I appreciate that. And also, although he's from New York, that dude, drinks Pabst.
Yeah, he's the man.
Chews. He's just, you know.
What, missed 2 days in 25 years?
Dresses like a jackass. Yeah, 2 days and 20. Dresses like a jackass day to day. Has so much money.
Jets fan.
Jets fan, loves misery. Mets fan, we're going to the World Series together. Yeah, I love Michael Cole. He's so talented, and he's a human, which I think is awesome.
I mean, it's a pretty unique gig he has, too, compared to, like, people that he may have been in Benghazi with, reporting live from the front lines.
Exactly. Bolivia.
I think he's not exactly ever chatted about as a real play-by-play guy in the sports world. You know, because it's like...
Yeah, is he? I don't know.
He never is. They never judge him. Nobody ever talks about, like, we don't even dive into, like, putting Michael Cole in there. No. There was a run, I think, for like 10 years I was watching that fucking guy where he wouldn't even flub a word. And it's like he's talking about things so fast, he has to sell some shit on there. Like there's some stuff that just is not working, and they're going to either find out that week or the week after, but Cole still has to go in there. And his energy is always there. He's able to speak in fantastic fashion, and he's able to guide through stuff that's not supposed to make sense for people. It's just... He needs a lot more respect, I think, for people. And I hope we can hopefully open that door a little bit. And with that being said, just like Michael Cole, we're going to fucking, as soon as the show's over, we're going to get out of here. Michael Cole, as soon as that show is over, as soon as we were off air, out. That headset is off. That thing is out there. His ear things are out, and he is directly side stage. I have no idea what's happening afterwards. I don't know if they're coming through this table, if there's more shit. We are getting out of this arena as fast as possible. It is awesome. Like the first day I was there, I was like, let's have a good time. That was a good show or whatever. And I was like, keeping it like, all right, oh, fuck, we are out of here. Okay, here we go. We are gone. He's amazing. We are out of here as well. Hammer Down will be coming up here in a few minutes at youtube.com/Hammer Down. Preseason games tonight. I appreciate that question. That was a lot of chatter about WWE stuff, but WWE World probably be interested to hear how that all works if I had to guess. Cool. We'll be back tomorrow, hopefully with a better show and a Feel Good Friday before I travel to Raleigh, North Carolina. Is that where the Caniacs are at?
I think they are in Raleigh. Yeah.
Are we in the Caniacs building tomorrow?
Probably. PNC.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Brother.
What's up, bro?
Might have to ring that bell.
Yeah.
Horn, whatever the fuck it is.
Bill Carrot did it against the Pens. I ain't never touching that fucking thing.
Hell yeah.